Big up Wagwan where you deal with, where you dep on up top. Blessings, you don't know the thing, go with there back again with another one, you see me? And before we even get into the video, I do want to implore you guys to continue to support the channel with the likes, the shares for whoever share. Please continue to comment and leave your thoughts under the video as well. And last but not least, also subscribe. Currently, the subscriber goal is to try to see if we can get to 200 by the end of this year and 500 by the end of next year. So only you guys can make that happen. So definitely do help me out with that. Yeah. Luton Town 1, Manchester City 2. Back to winning ways after, I think, equaling our worst run under Pep Guardiola. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do think that is correct. Yeah, that lineup leading up to the game, I'm sure it was very anticipated. A lot of people were talking about players that they wanted to see dropped or played in a different role, and a shift in tactics for some. From what I remember, I think the lineup was Ederson in net, Kyle Walker right back, Ake and Diaz at centre back, and Josko Gvardiol at left back. We had Rodri coming back into the team, Bernardo Silva and Kovacic inside that midfield with him. Sorry, I think it was Foden and Kovacic inside that midfield with him, and Bernardo Silva playing outside on that right. I remember them switching a lot in between themselves. Bernardo Silva was popping up on that left-hand side a lot, so hey, we just have a fluid midfield, man. That's how I'm looking at it. And front three would have been Alvarez with no Haaland in the team. Like I said before, Bernardo Silva on the right, and on the left-hand side, Gucci, Jack, Grealish. You see me? So that's the lineup that we started the game with. Luton Town actually took advantage at the end of the first half, which was surprising but not quite so. I think it was a very, I don't want to say a back and forth game, but it was a very tense game. Like, Luton never at any point seemed like they were out of the game, but it was a game that Manchester City dominated, and I think Luton Town defended very valiantly. They didn't come with us, they didn't come to us with like loads of respect, like, oh, drop off from them, these are world-class ballers, these are treble winners, like, you know, stay 5 yards from them, or we need to foul them aggressively, or we won't stand a chance. Like, no, they were very patient, they were very tactical in their defensive approach, and we struggled to break them down. I was a bit frustrated in that first half, I can't lie. I thought that we played a lot better than we did against Villa, but the bar was on the floor in that regard. So anything much, you know, less mistakes from all the players would have resulted in a better game regardless. But I think that we had a good first half in terms of our patterns of play. We just struggled to actually make end product out of that. I'm not sure if having Haaland in the team would have helped us any better in that regard, aside from, you know, whipping the ball into the box and him having a better chance of getting onto the end of it than Alvarez would have. But in the second half, I thought that we rallied back really well. It didn't seem like the 1-0 down really got to our players mentally. I like the fight that I saw in the second half as well, and I thought the performance even further improved. I was a big fan of that midfield that we played with Rodri, Kovacic, and Bernardo Silva / Foden. For me, I like the partnership between Kovacic and Rodri. I think Kovacic has been getting a lot of unnecessary hate after the Arsenal game, because let's be real, he had an absolute shocker. He wasn't, I'm not sure if he played against Wolves. I think it was Nunes who started that game. I know for a fact Nunes started against Wolves. I just don't remember if it was all three of them, including Rodri, of course. But he wasn't outstanding against Newcastle. So for the games before that he was playing really well, in my opinion, he took a bit of a dip against Newcastle. So that was like warning signs for fans watching the game. And then against Arsenal, he just completely tanked it, lost his head, and he had an absolutely terrible game, in my opinion at least. So I think he's been getting a lot of unnecessary hate since then, because it's like everyone has just forgotten the start of the season that he had. In my opinion, he was definitely up there for signing of the season, performance-wise. And obviously, you know, he had his dip in form. I think he's coming back into that now. Also, those times around when his performances are dipped, Rodri wasn't in the team. And I think that's a very important part of it. I don't think he can do that 6 by himself. So personally, at least for the foreseeable future, I want to see him next to Rodri if he is playing. Yeah, I thought that he was doing a lot of, I don't know, what can I say, a lot of groundwork, you know, like he was doing a lot of unrewarding work. That's the word I was looking for. And Rodri, I think, is able to more express himself when Kovacic is in the team, because he goes forward, which he does like to do, and Kovacic drops a bit deeper and helps to cover for him, buy him a bit of time to get back. And Rodri was actually getting on the ball quite a lot throughout the course of the game. I know Kovacic shouldn't play the whole 90 minutes, but I thought he allowed Rodri to have a better platform to go out and affect the game on both ends of the pitch. So yeah, I'm liking the work that they both do. And Kovacic, you know, what he gives us, he gives us that control and pause. You know, his ball retention is really good. He rarely loses the ball, progresses it really well upfield as well. So I like seeing him in the team, I can't lie. Next to Rodri, I like that partnership that they're building. On to the goals, man. I think they both happened 3 minutes apart from each other. Bernardo Silva, if I remember correctly, I think the ball went over to Kyle Walker. May have been a foul on him. I think he played it into someone. I don't remember who. Oh, I think he was the one who played it into to Rodri, or maybe he had played it to someone who then played it to Rodri, and Rodri was just driving through the box. Got fouled as well, but I think he just about got the ball off to Bernardo Silva, who then hit it first time. And the moment he hit it, the conviction that he had, the position that he was off his left foot, I could tell, yo, he is slapping this in the net. And he did. He definitely did put it past the goalkeeper, who was having a good game at that point, or up to that point. And he did not stand a chance. So, brilliant goal from Bernardo Silva, man. So happy for him. More than you can believe. And Gucci Jack Grealish coming up again. And, you know, I don't hear any of his haters talking now. It's weird. I don't know if any of you guys hearing them. Maybe they're hiding, they're out there somewhere. But I have not heard any of his haters since he put that ball into the back of the net. I was hearing he can't play this system this season. I was hearing Doku is clear of him and there's nothing he can contribute to the team. I'm hearing we should sell him. All of this stuff, all of it. And he just shoved it all behind him. I still very much think that he has a good spot in the team. I think he has so much to offer us, as he showed us last season. And what we have seen so far this season in terms of bad form, we have to remember he's been out for injury / illness for quite a couple of games. And in either situation, it's going to take some time for him to build up match fitness and get into a good rhythm. Not to mention everyone is slating the man online as well. That really doesn't help. So I'm glad to see him get his goal in the game, which ended up being the winner. And I'm just saying, maybe if he was allowed to take that shot against Spurs, just maybe, just saying, you never know. Because he scored before that, and he scored after that, and he only had one shot before after, and he scored both. I'm just saying, though. So, take that how you will. I'm just saying. Simon Hooper, you would. That's all I'm going to say. But, yeah, overall, I think it was a good performance. And, to be honest, 1-0 down in going into halftime, that should have made me a bit more worried than I was, but it was typical City, wasn't it? We played so well, dominated the game, dominated the chance creation, and then we're going to the half 1-0 down. And that told me, yo, even if we draw this game from here, we can go on and win the league like this. Because now we're operating like the City I know, you know? Knowing that these are issues that can be fixed, or we have overcome these issues before. Versus how we played against Villa. I've never really seen that from Manchester City before, at least not consistently. So that was a bit more worrying for me. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the game, people. Like I said, like and subscribe. I really do appreciate all you guys' support, and I do hope to see you guys on the next one. Please do stay safe as well. Peace.